So Tom Abell, here we are on the eve of the start of the 2018 cricket season. Hopefully it won't be quite as dramatic as it was towards the end of last season.
No, I mean, I think we definitely keep everyone entertained, don't we? Obviously the last two seasons, for various reasons. A couple of years ago, obviously finishing second, that was a great effort. And then last year, sort of escaping relegation as we did, so I think it was a great effort. But obviously that's not the end of the table that we want to be.
We're obviously here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, which is something we haven't really seen this winter. How much has that affected your pre-season prep, not being able to get competitive games under your belt? But obviously we did have the marquee here, so that must have helped.
Yeah, the marquee was a great facility. It enabled us to get outside on grass earlier, and especially for the bowlers. Obviously lately I think opportunity to play sort of competitive cricket's been limited, but we can't control that, and I'm sure that's the same for most other counties. But no, obviously looking forward to tomorrow. I think the guys are really excited to test their skills in a more competitive environment.
I imagine that all the teams at this stage of the season are confident going into the campaign. Got to ask you the question though, are you confident?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like you say, there's always going to be an air of optimism around each team at this time of year. But we're certainly no different. I think training's gone really well. Sort of batters are looking really good, and as are the bowlers as well. So we couldn't have asked for more from the training in pre-season. But yeah, I think obviously the true test is when you get out in the first couple of games of the summer. Obviously in a slightly more pressurised environment, how we cope with that.
Due to the weather, we've not seen a huge amount of pre-season competitive matches, but you must be pleased with the fact that the majority of batters have got runs and the bowlers have looked good as well.
Yeah, I think this time of year, it's everyone wants to get out of it different things. I think, like you say, guys have had an opportunity to spend a bit of time at the crease, and I think that's probably the biggest thing you want in pre-season, moving into sort of the competitive games. And like you say, bowlers, I think it's a case of building it up gradually, in terms of their workloads and miles in their legs.
Frustrating to be starting a week after the rest of the counties in the division?
I mean, I wouldn't say frustrating. I guess it gives, those teams an opportunity the first week of the season, but that's fine, we can't control that. I think, that gives us an extra week of preparation, which is no bad thing. And I mean, our sole focus is on making sure we're ready and where we need to be come that first game against Worcester.
Once again, we've seen the season is going to be almost divided into three blocks for the competition, with the Championship, then the Royal London One Day Cup, the Vitality Blast, and then back to the Specsavers County Championship. From a player's point of view, does that suit you better rather than having to switch in between playing a 2020 on a Friday into a 50 over on a Sunday and a Championship match on a Tuesday?
Yeah, I think it varies person to person, to be honest. I mean, I certainly think there are people that feel they get more out of themselves when they can focus on one format of the game. And I think increasingly we're seeing that, the difference in the different formats. So I guess from that point of view, it's a positive thing. And overseas players as well coming in, you probably see them for the whole competition, which I guess is great for the fans.
Now, is there a particular competition that you think Somerset are better suited for winning silverware in this year, or is it going to be a case of, going as hard as we can for all three?
I wouldn't say so. Certainly as a team and as a club, I think, we're desperate to perform in all three competitions. We're not going to set our stall out to only challenge and compete in one competition. Obviously there's a lot of cricket to be played, and we're going to face challenges through the year. But I mean, we go into every game looking to win it, and so absolutely, we'll be looking to challenge in all three competitions.
And the crowds here at the Cooper Associates County Ground, the local faithful, if you like, love a homegrown, don't they? Love a player that's come through the ranks and makes it into the first team. And we've got a lot of exciting young players coming through now. We do, and I think it's been sort of well documented, and for good reason. The support we get here, and like you say, you can't beat a local lad coming through. I think you look at, Leachy is probably one of the favourites, but you look at the Overtons, Bessie, Lewis, obviously George and Eddie coming through as well. It's a very exciting time at the club, and obviously it's been fantastic seeing
a few of those guys going on and representing England as well. You know, I think from a team and a club point of view, we're very proud of those guys, and you know, I think they performed superbly well.
And from your point of view, local lad into the first team, now club captain, what does it mean to you to walk out here at the Cooper Associates County Ground with that emblem on your chest and lead the team out?
It is hugely special, you know, and I think away from cricket, you know, that's sometimes when you actually realise what an opportunity I've got here at the club. But at the same time, it's not about me. You know, I'm desperate for the team to succeed this year, and I guess that's why I'm here.